Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Week 8 recap of the Bachelorette Tayshia Adams season. It's your boy, Dave Neal, and here we are. You know, this is what we do. I take the notes, I read them back to you guys. I'm not doing any images today, no extra visuals. I'm in the middle of VLOGMAS, editing nonstop, so no extra picture-in-picture. If you don't know who Ed is by now, what are you doing, right? You can go check out the images yourself. So as you guys know, what I like to do is I take notes, I read them back to you, no edits, no cuts, we get right into it. So on this episode, we'll talk about Tayshia's group dates, the 2-on-1, and some thoughts on JoJo. And at the very end, I'll share my revenue report. I like to tell you guys exactly how all my videos are doing. All right, so an old favorite comes back. Tayshia invites JoJo over, and boy, that's a pair of friends if I've ever seen them. If you've been following my recaps for a while, you know we're all fan of JoJo's ho-hos. JoJo looks shiny. Have you guys noticed that her face just looks shiny? I'd have a shiny face too if I was that rich. If I had that much family wealth, I think I'd have a very reflective forehead. But instead, I'm battling the pandemic. I got coal miner face. That's what I've got. It must be nice. She's got that, you know, wealthy mom with the plastic surgery, and she's got a pair of let's say inheritance checks, if you know what I mean. All right, let's move on. Come on. Chris Harrison walks in on the dudes, doesn't knock. Anyone else notice he didn't knock? Tells the dudes he's heading to his son's graduation. What a dad, right? What a dad. JoJo shows up to replace him. All the guys put their sunglasses on. They all put their sunglasses on. Because if a guy's ever got sunglasses on and you're not at the beach, he's probably staring at your tits. I'm just letting you know, ladies. I'm just like, you take a guy's sunglasses off and you just see his eyes just darting around like, you know, it's Google Maps, you know, the Google Maps car driving by. We don't write these down. Oh, my phone. I gotta get my phone over here for the revenue report at the end. A little sloppy today. I normally do my recaps the night of, but like I said, we've been slammed. Speaking of getting slammed, Tayshia's, no, I'm kidding. It's not the fantasy suite yet. Okay, folks. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, comment, and hit the little alert bell. I get so sad when people say, hey, I didn't even know you were recapping this season. Well, quit searching my name and hit the sub. What do you got to do to subscribe? You know what I mean? I'm over here dancing. I'm oompa loompa. I'm doing the whole shebang. You know what I mean? I'm putting my my reputation on the line for you guys. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. All right. So anyway, JoJo is the replacement. She's used to getting replaced because she was okay. Anyway, she's doing well now. We're happy for her. Zach, she's got the third best Rogers brother. It's good. She's good. Zach gets a one-on-one date with Tayshia. They do fake wedding pics. Tayshia feels like she's in a hostage situation. Did you notice? It's like, Tayshia, blink twice if you don't want to be here. You could tell she had no show prep for this season because she's the replacement. You know what I mean? She's like the relief pitcher who comes in with the bases loaded. Like, she didn't ask for that, but that's when they called her name. She has to show up. I like doing sports references for the 8% of people that like them. You know what I mean? It's like every pitcher wants to start the inning, but instead she's got to come on with these guys that she doesn't know, you know, what their deal is. Anyway, she does the wedding dress thing. She's like, oh, I've done this before. They don't offer returns on wedding dresses. Boy, I tell you what, wouldn't it be great if they just made wedding insurance? Like, you pay a premium, but then if you get divorced, like within a year, you get like half the money back. And then if you make it to 10 years, maybe you get a bonus. I don't know. I'm just saying, a lot of money is spent. It's the wedding industrial complex. They're out to get you. Tasha's my lady. Wave to Tasha. Tayshia. Don't confuse those two in bed. You know what I'm saying? Right, Tayshia? Oh, boy. Tayshia, Tasha. All right. I got the eyes. Wow. Moving on. Tayshia says, are you sure we have to do a veil? She says to the guy, she goes, are you sure we have to do a veil? That's code for don't touch my hair. And the guy's like, oh, it'll be avant-garde. She's like, you want you avant, get it off my hair. Zach seems like the guy who would go, okay, don't you think, by the way, there's a van just reversing for the last 38 minutes outside my window. Maybe this is why I stopped recapping in the daytime. You know what I mean? I live next to a camera rental shop. There's all these bros renting cameras. Okay, so Zach seems like the type of guy who might have gotten voted off in the first week on any other season. Like, she's found a lot of redeeming qualities him, but also, if you didn't get to know him, you'd just be like, ho-hum. He's ho-hum. But he is nice, and he has learned a lot, and he's probably been through a lot more life experience than some of these guys. Looking at you, Noah. The photo shoot photos. Oh, they were beyond horrible. What happened? The photo shoot photos were the same image quality that they used when they got Tayshia out of the pool for her reveal. What is this, an iPhone? Right, Tasha? Oh, glamour shots, oversaturated. Yeah, it looks like the shots you'd get at a mall in the 90s. What's going on? That wasn't a real... If I was the photographer, I'd be... Maybe the Bachelorette bounced their check and he didn't give them the images. I mean, stuff like that happens. Photographers are notoriously horrible at getting images back. By the way, folks, I hope you noticed my Christmas set here. Let's get lit, right? This is my Christmas set. We got the Christmas tree over here. The vlogs are out. I'm doing VLOGMAS. 1 vlog a day from December 1st to the 25th. So I've already released 2 vlogs. I'm going to put them like right here. You can see the vlogs, right? If you watch my Bachelorette recap videos, I'm going to give you guys an ultimatum. Just leave me if you're not going to watch the vlogs, okay? I'm getting a little sensitive. It's a global pandemic. I'm literally making more money off of YouTube than I am from Mitch McConnell over there. Who's in Kentucky? What are you doing with this guy? Hey, Deirdre in Georgia, let's vote blue. Not to be political. I'm just, self-serving for old St. Dave over here. I need these vlogs to do better. The problem with YouTube is that they recommend Bachelor content to you. So if I don't have Bachelor or Bachelorette in the title, these videos, they're just like a fart in the wind. They just dissipate. I want that fart to be in an elevator. I want everyone to smell the fart. Anyway, so watch the vlogs after this. You're going to like them. I'll do a 1-minute teaser at the end of this video, and I'll show you my opening drone shot. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool job. All right, moving on. Zach spills to Tayshia that he was also previously married. Tayshia likes that he was married. Makes sense. They were both married already. It's like we got it out of the way. It's like double jeopardy. They're like, all right, we got our divorces out of the way. Statistically, they have a much higher chance of success if they get married after having been divorced. I think that's the case. That was the case with my mom and my stepdad. So anecdotally speaking, pretty accurate. He knew what anecdotal means. I messed it up. Tayshia's dress on her nighttime date with Zach was friendly. I'm just going to call it friendly. The dress was getting a lot of attention. Do some cheers for you there. Like JoJo's presence inspired Tayshia to let her friends out to play. Recess is in session, folks. Men aren't the only thing she's juggling. Jesus, I've lost you. There's a downvote. Every downvote is just someone who slipped because you were laughing so much trying to upvote it. I understand. I know how it goes. Every once in a while, you're too crude. Bye. See ya. Zach tells him, I love the rest of you. Subscribe. But you got to crack an egg to make an omelet sometimes. You know what I mean? Get those shells out of here. Zach tells, I think we're heating up, folks. I think we're warming up right now. We're doing well. Zach tells his brain tumor story. How did he not lead with that night 1? If I'm on The Bachelorette, I meet the chick and I go, hi, I'm Dave. I've had brain surgery. You wouldn't want to vote off a guy in the first 4 weeks who had brain surgery, right? That's called Catholic guilt. Lead with it. He says his wife left him after a DUI, hints that maybe being suicidal, caught trying to cash his dad's check. Boy, sounds like he has a great dad, though, right? Because the dad comes to the bank, sees that he was committing some form of fraud or felony, whatever it was, and he says, son, we're going home. That's the point in the movie when a dad comes up and says, son, we're going home, that all the men in the audience start crying. Because all we seek in life is structure. Dad, please, put your arm around me. Tell me you love me. I got a funny stand-up bit about that, about how my dad won't hug me, just pats me on the back. It's like, just squeeze me tight, please. Boy, yeah, so it sounds like he's got a good dad. And so Zach ended up in rehab several times, but his last time he was in rehab for 4.5 months, and now he's on the board of that same rehab. I guess you could say he's addicted to the job. Hey, folks. Okay. That one's for me. Are you addicted to these jokes? Maybe not. Bennett says if Tayshia is stuck on a one-on-one date with Noah, poor Tayshia, it'll be the worst night of her life. I love hyperbole. I love it. It'll be the worst night of her life. I love it. I love it. And, we don't, obviously Bennett's not coming off in the right light as far as like being a noble human. He's very elitist and all that. He looks like he's been punched in the jaw 15 times. His face doesn't move. Either he's gotten Botox of the jaw or he's got some issue there we need to work on. Moving on, group date, nudist charcoal drawing. These guys can't sing, they can't draw. All they can really do is ab workouts and avoid Trader Joe's frozen pizza. That's all they can do, which says more than me. I'll tell you what, you can hold a tune, but boy, can I grill up a frozen pie from TJ's. Speaking of addiction specialist, I need help from Zach over there on how I can kick that carb addiction. 'Tis the season. Blake said, this is the third time I'll be naked on this journey, and I'm not feeling it today. I love it. I love it when men just share their honest emotions. He goes, I've been on 3 group dates. They made me get naked every time, and quite frankly, I'm just not feeling it today. My period's syncing with Bennett. There's a full moon, and I ate too much sodium last night. Just me? Okay. But I think it's not just me. I think it's you guys too. I think we're rocking it right now. I think we're really kicking this one into high gear. Bennett kicked Noah out of his seat. Bennett's like, that's my seat. Bennett's just, he's just like the bully from any movie in the 80s. And I love it. I'm all about it. Hey, get out of here, Joe. And that's the problem, though. When you're vying for a lady's attention, you can't alpha male another dude. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, it would work if they were on a camping trip together. You can make Noah the guy who's got to, like, you know, bait all the lures or whatever men with hair on their chest do. I live in Hollywood. The only fishing I do is for compliments. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're killing it. We're on fire. By the way, I'll talk about this in my live stream. The game show that I did, we did such a good job the first episode. They invited us back 2 days later. We filmed it yesterday. Details on how it went. Let me just tell you, you're going to want to hear this story. I didn't sign an NDA this time. I didn't sign I guess you don't have to sign a contract if you don't win. Okay, moving on. Spoiler. Talk about spoilers. I like to spoil myself. Okay. Some fantasy suite spoil. Blue dress, stains, moving on. Politicians. Can't trust them. Why should we? They won't pay us during a pandemic, but they're greasing the pockets of politicians, and they're just smoking cigars and doing who knows what with the hoo-has. Okay, that got too far. See, I'm not about just one side or the other. You get a BJ in the Oval Office, you're going to pay the price. Or apparently he didn't, because now they're wealthy and they robbed Haiti. Okay, moving on. What if I just start saying names? George Soros. Tucker Carlson. Who's triggered? Who's triggered? Okay, says, okay, Ben decides to get naked. Okay, Ben just gets, okay, no, first, rewind. Bennett kisses Tayshia while they're all blindfolded, calls it 50 Shades of Clay. I'm all about it. That's a good point for him. That's funny. Genius move to kiss. Because at first I was like, oh, you can't kiss her during the thing. That's you know, but all the other guys are there. But I'm like, oh, they're all blindfolded? That's great. That's like, you could literally have a fantasy suite right in the moment. I mean, the camera guy's a little weirded out. Tayshia says, Ben decides to get naked, says, this is my way of showing up for you. Pretty brave, having a perfect body, Ben. Very nice. Tayshia's response goes, what an art day. Yeah, that's a stencil brush if I've ever seen one. Is that a thing? The palette, touch it. Oils, they're painting with oils and watercolor. Again, none of this makes sense. Tayshia's response, what an art. Sometimes I have some short wiring. Sometimes it's funny. And sometimes I just say things like art class. Tayshia's response, what an art day. She runs away crying. Tayshia says, you guys put down all of your walls for me. And then, Ben, you put your balls down for me. That's what she said. They cut that last part out. Boy, what an art day. I've never shown my naked body and some lady runs away crying from bliss. You know what I mean? I've never been like, here it is. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's like the Mona Lisa. Like, it's small, but when you look close up, there it is. Nikki asked how much of this I write down. Not enough. Not much of this is written. Just some weird bullet points. Later, Ben talks about his 15-year battle with bulimia. Started at 15. He lost 70 pounds. I could kind of relate because in my early 20s, I lost 110 pounds from getting ghosted on. I'm looking at you, Jessica. Where are you? Write me back. No, not to make light of bulimia. But that's very brave of him to talk about. He only talked about it with one person before. I mean, it's not something men talk about. I don't know any guy who's got an eating disorder. No one's talking about that. I mean, at least the one where you're losing weight. My eating disorder is I'm addicted to sugar. I think that counts as an eating disorder. No one goes, you're so brave, Dave, for talking about, going to the dentist, but here I am with like one tooth left. Moving along. Tayshia says, Noah and Bennett, there's something going on between you, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Oh, Detective Tayshia. She goes, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. She's really got a lot of law and order, if you know what I mean. She's got law and she's got more law than she does order, but her order is not too bad. Order on the court. She's got it. Take a seat. Tayshia takes EAZY out in the dark, scares him silly. Listen, watching someone get scared, it's the most primitive and amazing thing in the world? Wasn't that fun to watch them get scared? And kudos to Bachelorette producers for like squeezing more orange juice out of the orange. I mean, they're just in there like, what else can we do at La Quinta? What else can we do at La Quinta? I think they did a great job. And this might sound controversial, what I'm about to say, but as long as I can defend what I say, I'm not afraid to say it. Black people are the best people to watch reacting to scary things. Hold on. Would you rather watch Bennett in that scene or EAZY? Leave a comment below and let me know. If you scared Bennett, he'd be like, well, the 4 primitive reasons for fear are a lack of control. And then you show a scary thing to EAZY and he's like, oh, shoot. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I like to generalize. I'm just saying. Show a magic trick to a couple of black guys and then show it to Ed. You show a magic trick to Ed, he goes, huh. You show it to, whatever. Okay, you get the point. I'm sticking by it. It's a compliment. Boy, you got to be so overly. Well, the recapper brought the politics. He talked about George Soros. He talked about. Okay, moving on. My biggest regret. I lived in Harlem for 6 years. My biggest regret is I never went to a scary movie at the Magic Johnson movie theater in Harlem. My biggest regret. How much fun would it be? You know popcorn's just getting thrown in the air. You know. Oh, I miss it. I miss it. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I appreciate your feedback. You know I like it. EAZY said to Tayshia, if you scream, I scream. If you're scared, I'm scared. A real Nicholas Sparks moment. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. Well, this bird's about to fly away. Spoiler. EAZY says he's falling for Tayshia, and she decides not to give him the rose. This is the first guy she's sending home on a one-on-one date. Was anyone else surprised? Because a lot of people have asked me in the live streams that I do, which will be Thursday at 4 p.m. A lot of people ask me like, Dave, who are your top 4? Well, I was about to put EAZY in it because I'm not spoiled. I'm just watching the show and I'm going, oh, they're having a good connection. They're running around being scared, drinking their white wine. They're having fun. And all of a sudden she's like, you got to go. And then he goes, Tayshia, is this for real? Are you sure? And when I was talking to Tasha about this, she thought that was him being very controlling and manipulative in a way. And in my thought, I was like, oh, they just had so much fun doing all these scary things. Like they're getting scared. They're doing like kind of like not pranks, but like all jumpy stuff. And then all of a sudden she's like, you got to go. And he's like, really? I've never been like this. I mean, we've all heard that he has a hard time taking no for an answer. I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. Allegedly is what they say. Moving on. We got to go. JoJo shows up to basically mention that there's a 2-on-1 happening before the cocktail party. My guess is Bennett will be sent home. Bennett brings Noah a gift, red bandana, mustache socks, washed, and then a book on emotional intelligence. And he goes, I think you're deficient in 3 of those 4. Oh, Bennett, what an idiot. Of course Bennett's going home. Of course. I think. I don't know. Tayshia tells Bennett he is questioning her integrity. Bennett says something and Tayshia goes, I think that means you're questioning my integrity. And I loved Bennett for this. He goes, I don't believe that I am. That's probably going to get him sent home, but I love the fact that he wasn't willing to jump to the conclusion that she was. They're just on different planes. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, big shout out to JoJo for stepping it up. She came in out of nowhere. Old JoJo's ho-hos, tits the season. God rest ye massive gentlemen. Jiggle bells, Frosty the Ho-Man, Felice, Curvy Bod. That last one was a stretch. Just like JoJo's shirt. Moving on. 2-on-1 to be continued. And then, of course, JoJo did a great job. Can't wait to see her back. Don't forget, subscribe. Please check out the vlogs. Watch them. Comment on them. My Christmas vlogs. It's your gift to me. If anyone does want to donate to my Patreon or whatever, the Venmo, Cash App, I'm sending Christmas cards to anybody who donates this month. Thank you so much for all your donations. Oz sent in another Canadian 20. Thank you so much. Team Blake sent it. I'm just not feeling it today. Oz, I feel you. I appreciate you. Plus, you're a monthly Patreon member and also my moderator for the live stream. I should be paying you, Oz. Ann sent in $5. And anyone else who donated through YouTube, sometimes it doesn't always alert me right away, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Marissa, Deirdre, you guys have been so sweet. And I got 2 Venmos this week. I wanted to make sure I shouted them out. So thank you guys so much. We had the first one was sorry, I'm going to mess it. Is it Lehi Lanny? Curtis, or is it just Lanny Curtis? She gave $15 and said, the laughs, the politics, the community, Weekend Lanny. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Catherine wrote, love your YouTube videos and content, $25. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. And as I've been sharing my revenue report with everybody, I'll just share it with you guys right now. Again, it's been kind of annoying because the season started off so hot. Episode 3, my revenue was $170 that episode. It was great. I was like, oh, geez, this is nice. I don't have to go Uber drive anywhere. By the way, when I drive Uber, I just recap this. Oh, you watched The Bachelorette? What about Blake? Isn't he weird? And they're like, you didn't ask me for directions. It's like, I'll just take you to the airport. Anyway, last week's episode, week 7 recap, has 2,500 views, 11 new subscribers, and has made $19.10. Not bad, but again, these numbers, this would have been my season high last year, but this year we were hitting the stars, and we fell slightly short of that this week. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching so much, and please check out the vlog. There'll be a link below. You can click one of these buttons, and here is the introductory preview to my VLOGMAS Vlogs 2020. Enjoy.
Out of all the reindeer, you know you're the mastermind. Run, run, Rudolph, ran nothing too far behind. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Randolph, he can hurry, he can take the freeway down. And away, away to Rudolph, whizzing like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to the boy child, what have you been longing for?